Welcome to the Madroit Podcast. We bring you bite-sized marketing and sales insights to help you level up, no matter the size of your business. Tune in and answer the big question, what does marketing actually do?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Madroit Podcast. And today is part 2 of our 3-part AI series. So just to recap, last episode, we covered AI 101, basically. How to start prompting and actually get something useful from tools like ChatGPT. So if you missed that one, be sure to go check it out. So today we're going a little bit deeper. We're talking about how to integrate AI into your business processes so it becomes a real time saver and not just a novelty. Here's the truth. AI is awesome until it becomes another tab that you forgot to open. The real power shows up when you build it into what you're already doing. So whether you're running a law firm, a landscape company, maybe a veterinary clinic, AI can help you create content faster, improve customer service, and automate repetitive tasks. And ultimately, free up your team to focus on higher value work. So it all starts with identifying where the bottlenecks are.
Agreed. Yeah. Thinking about that, like what bottlenecks you're working with or what you have. I would start with these questions, like what tasks feel repetitive? What eats up your time every week, every month, every day? What's something you put off because it's a hassle, you don't like doing it, or you just don't have the time and energy because you're should be focused elsewhere. Starting with those questions helps identify some of those things, right? But some examples of that might be following up with leads manually, writing blog posts or newsletters, organizing meeting notes and call summaries, rewriting web content, FAQ, or even internal communications. Those are perfect opportunities for AI, but they need to be baked into your current systems, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think plugging it into your existing systems is a nice way to start getting things integrated. So essentially, this is when things start to get fun. Like, you don't have to overhaul everything, right? You've gotten to where you are in business because you've done some things well. You just have to connect the dots between the tools, right? That's the big thing here. A couple of integrations that you guys can get into your business processes today. So things like forms, integrating that with ChatGPT. So have form responses analyzed and turned into a custom reply draft. We're talking about streamlining communication. So when it comes to how fast can we respond to customers or clients, people are looking for best-in-class service regardless of the industry that you're in, right? They want fast responses, kind of what we highlighted to in our previous episode. So we know that's a great way to automate things so you do not get stuck trying to come up with a custom-made response when you know that you should be focusing your attention on other areas of your business. It's not saying that you don't care about the customers. It just says, I found a very efficient way to do this, to answer all the questions that you need and give you the service when you need it most. So that is one way. Another great way to integrate is Google Docs. A lot of folks use them. Incorporating that with an AI assistant via Zapier. So auto-generate service descriptions or even case notes are great ways to, again, get the most out of the recap or the discussion or the overall plan that you need to send out to a customer or a client, but then also making it so you're not forgetting any of the details. So often you're going to see a client, you're going to see a customer, you're talking to them, you have great discussion. It's fantastic. Then you go hop in your vehicle for 30 minutes to get back to your office and all of a sudden it's gone. Or you're trying to type notes in feverishly on your tablet or your device when you're sitting in their parking lot or their driveway and you get another call, attention's gone. Doing that all real time takes all of that away. Gives you the opportunity to do that brain dump so you don't miss any of the details, so then you can come back to it later and really make sure you're making a valuable impact. Wynn, any additional thoughts on that Google Docs integration?
Yeah, AI baked right into it with Google Gemini. It's really powerful. So even creating a document from scratch with an outline of something or editing a document that you're working in, it's just a really great way to work efficiently inside of the tools you're already using. No doubt Microsoft has something similar in their documents, right? But it's just a really great way to utilize the software and tools you're probably already using.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. It's cool because it leads us into our next topic here and something that I think is near and dear, or should be near and dear to every business owner's heart, building repeatable AI workflows. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, few ways to think about this. A workflow that has AI in one specific area of it doesn't mean the whole thing is AI or done by AI. Thinking in simple systems like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Step 4 is AI driven. It can be something manually done in a workflow like a ChatGPT, where you build your own custom ChatGPT, which is basically an agent or a version of ChatGPT with specific instructions, and it knows the steps that you want to complete. So you can do version 1 of the workflow and then work your way through all 5 steps to the point where you're drafting a response to an email or inquiry on your website, to drafting a scope of work, to pitch, and then drafting a follow-up email after the first pitch with summarized notes, right? That's a workflow that can be repeated time and time again with AI. So you can do that right in ChatGPT, or you can automate something outside of that with no code or low code tools like Zapier, Make.com, NAN, to create automations that live outside in a very specific area that you or your team could use. One example of that, someone fills a form out on your website, you have it sent to AI to scan, maybe do a sentiment analysis to see, is this spam or is this a legit inquiry? Just a tailor-made email, and create a draft in your inbox with that email drafted, and you get a notification saying, hey, review this and send to the prospect. It's ready to go. Great example. Just makes it that much easier. And now 80% of what you've done is automated, but it feels very personal. And it made it very easy for you or the person who's supposed to be responding to those emails and inquiries, made it very easy for them and hit them over the head with it, right? Here's the email in your inbox drafted.
Yep.
You send.
Yeah. I think we always talk about, okay, how businesses can scale. Well, if you just went from being able to look at 10 leads a day, 20 leads a day, to now 70, 80, and get all of them responses, what does that do to your close rate? What does that do from taking an opportunity that maybe would have sat in your inbox for 2 days before, and now they're getting a response 2 minutes after the fact, a minute after the fact? That in their eyes is going to make you look fantastic. So I think that's a huge benefit, but also it still has to sound like you. It still has to sound like your brand, your voice, your tone. So I think one of the biggest mistakes that we see today is really funny, because a friend of mine actually just put this out there, that people are still using AI without any level of customization. And it ends up sounding so generic and so unlike the person that they eventually meet or see in a video. So instead of just trying to use AI and just take whatever it spews out, start training the tools on your voice, right? Your brand, your voice. Things like taking previous emails that you're like, man, I just created an awesome email. Give that to ChatGPT. Do the same with blogs. Put those out there so that they can say, this is who we're trying to be. This is what we want. Step and repeat, right? You can create a brand tone guide and you can paste it into prompts. Like you can use custom GPTs on prompt templates if you want to. Essentially, it all goes back to what's becoming the golden rule of AI. The more you teach it, the more it's going to deliver what you want. In this case, the more it's going to sound like you. And maybe be nice to it. Don't be mean. As we dive into that, and we'll continue to teach ChatGPT and other AI tools to be the voice that you want to be, there's always going to be things that you need to have your guard up for, look out for, and take us through what some of those are.
A few quick warnings before AI sets you up for failure, right? Or your team uses AI in a way that you're not fully on board with. It doesn't represent the brand or misspeaks on your behalf. Some common pitfalls: relying too heavily on AI without any oversight, any checks and balances. Automating broken processes. You're just creating a bigger mess at that point. So it's important to really have that process down and know what you want to automate before turning it live. And even then, a pre-launch, hey, we have a manual review, human in the loop process to it, to review something before it goes out to a potential client, to your website, to your blog, social media, etc. Not training your team on how and when to use the tools, right? Like having regular Q&A sessions together to share and ask questions is very important for any team using something like AI. And depending on how you integrate it in your company, obviously makes a big difference. So common pitfall is just not doing that.
Yeah. You have to continue to manage it.
Just like any team member, right? Like you put it to work, you put a system to work, you put a new tool to work, you still have to oversee it. You still have to own the outcome of that, right? And every business, I think, understands that. You need to do that with AI as well.
Yes. And this is the biggest pitfall. I love what you said about human in the loop. You still have to look at it. You still have to make changes. You're still going to find things that are going to be based on preference, right? And I think that can't be overstated. Do not just throw caution to the wind and let this thing run, right? You still have to be there to guide it. So with that, just to put a bow on things here, this episode, this is about saving time and scaling up. AI integration is where things are really getting real. So start with one workflow, one repetitive task, build from there. Again, can't overstate this. Don't try to overhaul everything. Start small and continue to build from there. Also, next episode and the final part of our series, we're going to be talking about advanced AI use cases and how to use AI for marketing strategy, data analytics, and customer journey mapping. You won't want to miss that one. We're going to uncover a lot of really cool stuff and set you guys up for success.
That's all for this episode of the Madroit Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions that you want us to talk about on the pod or want to get in touch with us, please visit madroitmarketing.com/podcast. Thanks for listening.